My dream was become a football player. Touch your dream is the most important thing to catch. When you won the Champions League or the league or the trophies, the challenge you have is to continue in high level, and you don't have time to think in other things. It was amazing time because the Real Madrid have the best players in the world. Every game against Madrid was amazing. Tough moment for me was when I was in depression. I tried to go up because I felt I was in the... Messi and Cristiano are different. I like more Leo than Cristiano. For me, it's the best.
Morning, Andres. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Hola.
Hola.
Hola. We're in your city today. We're in your city. Ask you, brother. We'll follow you.
Camera 1 shooting, camera 2 shooting, camera 3 shooting, camera 4 travel.
What's good, Fly Club family? Wow, today marks the day of something very special. Welcome back to another episode of the Fly Club podcast. We're gonna get into it today. Today is very special. Before we get into introducing the guest, I'm about to pass the floor to my brother, George. He's got a very special announcement for you guys. George?
Man, it's the Fly Club powered by Turkish Airlines. I don't think it's enough. Obviously, sharing the floor with the most viral dudes, most viral content creators worldwide, SBB, Denzel, NB. But man, of course, the Unk from America,
Unk.
Kevin Putner, you know, he's the godfather now. I'm called the Unk, obviously, just to make it short and easy, Uncle George. But man, what can be said about this gentleman that's right next to us? I don't think we've ever talked to somebody so legendary. Champions Leagues, World Cups, Euros, greatest midfielder of all time, Andres Iniesta, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. What an honor and a privilege to be able to speak with you today.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you, and of course, I wish to enjoy this time with you.
I think what's going to be so special about today is we're going to get into everything football. I'm a Chelsea fan, so you've broken my heart on numerous occasions. I'm sure the Chelsea fans back home can appreciate that. My brother Denzel, he's a Manchester United fan, so you've broken his heart.
Yeah. It's interesting.
On many occasions.
But he broke your heart worse than he broke our heart.
Of course.
For sure.
But I think before we get into all the football, we're really looking forward to this episode. But I really want to show you something and get your thoughts on something first before we even get into all the incredible conversations we're about to have with football. So we're going to start right here. What comes to mind when you see this?
Good memories. Good memories. Was amazing when you are young. I can remember when I started to play in my town when I was kid, when I was 3-4 years. This time is when I was 12.
Yeah.
Is the moment when I went to Barcelona, to La Masia. I went alone. My family was in Albacete, in my town, in Fuentalvilla. But it was an amazing moment for me, for my life, for the life of my family. And I was lucky to live many years playing football. And was amazing.
How did you get into football? How did you start playing football?
I started to play football when I was 3 or 4 years. I remember playing with my father in the in the house, in the street, and I played always in the street with the friends in the school. I spent many times playing football. The ball was it was always with me, and I enjoy it a lot. When you are young, you can enjoy more than when you are professional. When you are professional, is your job. No, you want to enjoy, but at the same time, it's your job and it's a different time.
At what point did you realize you were better than the other children around you?
I felt these kind of things from when
The
when I
beginning.
was young. No,
Yeah.
you can see or you can feel when you are playing with your friends or friends with 3 or 4 years
Older brothers,
older
yeah,
you.
yeah.
And but I try to feel in good way. No, I feel very good, but I didn't feel pressure or not. My job or my dream was become a football player, and I enjoy when I was with the ball. It's not. I don't feel or I didn't feel under pressure when I was playing.
Who was the idol? Who was the guy that you looked up to back in the day, you know, and you said, I want to be like him when I grew up?
I had two players, Michael Laudrup and Pep Guardiola.
Ooh,
Yes.
same positions.
Yes,
Wow.
same positions. I like it a lot how they played, how they manage the time on the game, how they was his performance and also like a person. No, I like these two players, these two person, and I was lucky because I know them, and Guardiola in this case was also our coach, and it was amazing time for me especially and for the team.
So you were a natural midfielder when you were younger. You played midfield or you played defense or you.
No, all my life I played like a midfielder.
Like
Midfielder.
a
winger.
6,
Yes.
a 10.
6, 8, 4, 10. In the offensive position, I think I played in all the positions, and also in the left winger or right winger. Depends the players or teammates you are playing. I played also in both sides.
Yeah. I think what's special, and you mentioned Pep, and we'll definitely get into Pep and his impact on you as a coach. You said that when you were at this club right here, right, the memories you see, the memories that come to your mind when you were here, then Barcelona call you, you know, a historical franchise. They ask you, can you play for them teams? So the second clip I want to show you is something that hopefully gives you a beautiful transition into where you were at. Look at the legs on that boy.
If I done wrong, I think is the first goal I did with Barcelona. I think was in the King Cup, Copa del
Correct.
Rey. No, I was lucky because I played many years in Barcelona from the academy, and for me was amazing because in this time when I went to Barcelona was tough moment because I went alone. And it was difficult moment for me, for my family, and when you are touch your dream, no, is the most important thing to catch.
You talk about the importance of family, right? Coming at 12 years old to Barcelona, you know, it's by yourself through the academy. Talk about that, because you are a very family man. You like being with family. What was it like going by yourself all the way to another city alone? What was that like?
No, I always said was the most difficult moment in my life. Because we were in our town. We were always together. My town is a small town, and when I went to Barcelona, was very, very, very tough, very difficult. Not only for me, now I'm father. Now I can feel more or less how my father felt in this moment. But if you want to take or to get your dream or your goals you have to move. No, you have to try.
Was there a specific moment where you understood, I'm actually this good? Like, I'm really good at this, and I can be one of the greats, and I can make money and provide my family and become a legend?
When I went to Barcelona to play there, I remember, or I feel good, because when I was playing in Albacete, Albacete is a small team, and it's different when you are playing in top teams. But when I went to Barcelona and I started to play with players there and everything, and you see or you feel you are important, or you have a good quality to play in Barcelona team. Of course, you feel well. You feel very comfortable to play, and always I thought I have to go up to be a football player, because we did a big step when I went to Barcelona, and in my head was all the focus in my head always was to be a football player. And all my life my confidence in myself was very, very high. I never was scared about if I'm not comfortable to beat someone in the team or against, no? And the confidence in myself always was high.
So once you left home, you knew you're going to be a professional football player, and that's it. There's no other choice, right?
No, I don't know if I know or not, but my commitment was, if we have to do this step, because I honestly was the most difficult moment in my life. I want to be a football player. I don't know how, but I want to be.
I think you talk about it, you said yourself, getting in an environment where there's so many great players at Barcelona. Just let us know, who were some of the players that when you came to the team that were there? What were some of the players that were there when you joined 2002? Who was there?
No, when I was 16, I started to train with them. In this case, yes, it was Luis Enrique, Guardiola, Kluivert, Abelardo, Overmars. And when I was in my debut, in this time was, for example, Riquelme,
Wow.
Xavi, Puyol,
Yeah.
these players. Ronaldinho was in 2002 to 2003, more or less in this time.
What was that like?
Well, being there and witnessing it firsthand, a revolutionary player like Ronaldinho, you look at him and you'd be like, oh, who is this guy?
No, honestly, I think he changed everything in this moment, because the moment the Barcelona was so in this time, and when he came, he changed everything, and with him started to build a very good team. But was amazing player, was amazing person. How they enjoy when he was in the pitch, in the trainings, was amazing. Was amazing player.
We talk about building that team, winning team. B, I think you have
Yeah.
something you may not want to be able to show, but
Yeah. This is
You made him very sad that day.
this moment right here for everyone watching back home. Some of you might be able to relate. I would love to show you this. What are your thoughts right now? Look at the smile on that face.
Oh, the finish.
No, for us, it's different than you.
Yeah. This is a torture to me, guys, but
No, but I think this is football, no? Sometimes you are in good side, sometimes you are in bad side when you lose or something like that. But this moment, it was in 2009,
yes, sir.
and 17 years, now 17 years later, you can feel something different in your body when you
see it.
watch this moment.
You know, Den's made a fantastic point. He said, growing up and playing in a team of so many great players, and Ronaldinho came and took you to another level, right? And you guys became, 2006, you guys won, and I think Champions League, correct? So what was that moment like, getting to the top? I want to ask you, getting to the mountaintop, winning the Champions League, what did it take to get there, and what was that moment like?
To build something like that, you need time. You need many things are in the same way, and football or the sport in this case have a good moment. Have a good moments is not good, but you always have to believe in you are doing, and the big challenge you have is when you won the Champions League or the league or the trophies. The challenge you have is to continue in this level, no? Is continue in high level, and you don't have time to think in other things. But to win, only one team can win. But you always have to be ready to be close these moments.
I got to circle back to Ronaldinho. I got to ask you a personal question that I need to know from you. I have this argument, right? I don't know if I've talked about it with you guys. Peak Ronaldinho, the peak was small, right? 4 or 5 years that he was dominant and one of the best players. Do you think if he had a longer peak, a bigger peak, we would speak differently about him, potentially be the GOAT?
No, we can speak about the reality. No, is of course Ronaldinho continue in this level for 10 years, 15 years. We never know, but the players have his time. Some players long time, some players short time or medium time, but I think in the end it's important, but the most important thing is how the players did in the pitch and how you feel when you watch these players, because Ronaldinho short time, medium time, or long time, I don't know, but you are speaking about Ronaldinho. You are speaking
Exactly.
about
Yeah.
how you feel when you are in the TV and you were watching him and you feel excited. Don't care if it was long or short or not. This is the life or the life each one we have. But in this moment, you are speaking Ronaldinho, and we don't speak if it was long or short.
It's crazy to hear it from you. Just put that out there.
It's
Sorry.
amazing.
Go
No,
ahead.
it's amazing. I mean, and let's talk about your personal legacy as well, right? So during those years at the peak of Barcelona, right, when you guys are winning and winning and winning, you came second to Messi for the Ballon d'Or, correct? What were your feelings then? Because this is Messi, right? This is someone you're on the team with, you're playing with, and was there any, not a rivalry, but you're obviously, you can conceive why he won, and he can also obviously see why you would be in contention with him. How was that, being on the same team?
No, that moment was amazing for me. We were 3 players. We grew for academy. 3 players from Barcelona. And this time we were winning everything. The league, Champions League. And the football is more than the trophies.
Yes.
And how you feel when you are doing in the pitch, how you feel you did playing football is more than if you win this trophy or not. I don't care if not, of course. If I won this trophy, you are happy. Of course, 100%, but if you don't win the trophy, my life or my person is my personality is the same, because we spoke on the beginning. My dream was become a football player. This is my real dream. My real dream. After that, I was happy to be with my 2 teammates in this moment, because it's not about only us. It's about the philosophy. It's about the academy from Barcelona. It's about the how many things you are doing very well. I don't know is will happen more time.
Did you think you could ever even be nominated for a Ballon d'Or? Because you said yourself, you would just play, your goal was to become a professional, and that was it.
I play football. I play football. I try to play well, but I try to play well for my team, for my supporters, for my family. Not for if I have to be in the names or Ballon d'Or or trophies, individual trophies. I didn't think in this case.
I think it's special because there's a lot of Barcelona fans watching back home. You midfield, as well as the 3 of you growing up in the Barcelona academy. That's what made you guys so special. You guys went on a dominant run. Like you said, the philosophy, the consistency, and being together was allowed you guys to dominate. For all the Barcelona fans back home, for us being in your presence, what made you guys so unbeatable? During that period of time, that 6-7 years, you guys were the best team in the world consistently. Every single day, you were at the top. And what led to that? What were those training habits?
We have a very good mix, no? Players with experience, young players with they were in very important players in the team, many players from the academy. the staff was always together between them. No, I think many things were in the same way. It's not easy, but in the end, the glory or not is so close because
Trust me, I know.
no, but in this year, for example, in this season, I remember the last the week before Chelsea, we played in Madrid,
Yeah.
and in this time we were first, but only 4 points up to Madrid. We lose this game, Madrid was 1 point, and we won this game, and we have 7 points between us. It's so close. You can do everything very well, but it's not easy to make a success or to catch the trophies. But of course, in this time we had the best players in all the positions.
You talked about, the chemistry that you guys had, the fact that a lot of you guys grew up together. But truth be told, we witnessed at some point the Pep Guardiola type of football, the tiki-taka. That's what they call it internationally. So, as you said, the difference between glory and losing is small. So you guys handled this glory and you kept winning. And you created Barcelona fans all around the world and kids who want to be like Messi, like Puyol, like Xavi, like Iniesta, and so on. What happened when you started hearing the hate for the tiki-taka style? Because there was a lot of respect for 2, 3, 4 years, and then fans got tired of it, or they couldn't stop you, so they had to create the negative narrative. How did you guys react to all that?
Well, I think honestly, the players or you are not looking the people is saying no is
So you guys didn't care?
no, you have to believe in your way. You have to believe in you are doing, and we believe in this style to play. And in the end, we want to win. No, it depends your style. I respect many other styles, but in the end, the supporters or the fans can see his team winning. But for our history, for our methodology or style to play, we believe in this style from the academy until the first team. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good, but it's the same for all the teams. Sometimes win, sometimes lose. But our style is clear or was clear, and we try to do our best.
Yeah, I think, Georgia said it perfectly, that tiki-taki style. Then said it, the relationship you had with your teammates. The next clip I want to show you, I think, is a perfect resemblance of what you guys had going on at that team. Please let us know your thoughts. Yeah, and the reason why I show you this is because that pass, you had three midfielders and you had Messi. There's 4 players that might have been the best passers of all time on one single team. What was that like, playing with so many great passers? I'm sure every time in training you guys are doing
No,
nice
it was
things.
easy.
Easy. That's why I show you, because it's like you can make a great pass to Messi, Messi scores. Messi makes the great pass to you, score. talk to us. Let the audience know, like, what was that like every single day going into a game, knowing like, I might get this pass right here, I might be able to score. I might pass the ball that he might be able to score.
No, it's easy to play with them. It's easy. You are speaking, no? Is the best players in the world, and you know him. Every movement they have, he knows how you are moving in right time in the space, and was our quality. Was our quality, and we try to enjoy. But in this time, we can see every game, but always during the week when we when we were training, it was the same. How the fast was the ball, how we were training was amazing time.
Obviously, that pass was to Messi, who now a lot of people say is the greatest footballer of all time. That's one of. I know other people may have different opinions. Other people say Ronaldo. Obviously, you played on Barcelona, and there was a time when you have Ronaldo, who's on Real Madrid. And that's a big rival within football, basketball that we know of, right? And I think a lot of people ask the question of who's better. I don't think we want to know that. What we want to know is, what was it like witnessing those two players on the pitch? How was it just being around this, as it's going on? And you yourself being one of the best players in the world, how is it from your perspective while that was going on? And not so much now, but as it was going on.
No, each one can choose who likes more. No, I think both are different. No, both players, Messi and Cristiano, are different. I like more Leo than Cristiano, but because I like this player, Messi. No, for me is the best. I show. And when we played against Cristiano, for example, was challenge for us. When you are in front of the best players in the world, is nice, because you have to be in the best performance you have, and for that, in this time was amazing time, because the Real Madrid have the best players in the world also, and every game against Madrid was amazing. And Cristiano, of course, everybody can see he's one of the best.
How much did that help? Obviously, there was a rivalry. There is always a rivalry between Madrid and Barcelona. And now both teams are good. Both teams are Champions League contenders. And now you have those two guys who are going at each other about who is the best player. How much did that Ronaldo vs Messi help, the rivalry and the competitiveness from all of you? As Denzel pointed out, you're obviously competing with those guys for best player in the world.
Yes, I think between them, they were fighting, no, for who made more goals and trophies and everything. But it was the same. If you can compare Madrid or Barcelona, no, in this time, was a very good competition between us, no. We spoke before. Madrid and Barcelona in this time, they have the best players in every position, and every game we played against them, you have to do your best, because if you don't have your best, maybe you lose, and we played many games in the league, in the Champions League, in the Copa del Rey. And the same time was tough because this type of games put yourself in very high responsibility, pressure, not only for you, for the fans also, but was very nice.
One interesting thing we like to ask people is, what were some of the most difficult times of your career for yourself?
As a person, the very tough moment for me was when I was in depression is during 2009, start 2009, and this moment was very tough for me, for my family, and I tried to go up because I felt I was in the I don't know how I can
The
say,
bottom?
but was very difficult moment for me. And as a player, when you are injured, when you cannot help your team, when you cannot play, this is the tough moment. More than when you lose the game or when you lose the trophy. When you cannot train or play is the worst moment.
Thank you so much for sharing that, by the way. Thank you.
I think it also is really good for the audience because we all look at you, we look at all these football players as superheroes, as icons, but they're just like us. They're just regular humans, and sometimes they have their good days and sometimes they have their low days. So I think for the audience back home, they can really appreciate that. So one thing we do very special here on the Fly Club is that, of course, this podcast is presented by Turkish Airlines. What we like to do is, I'm going to show you an image. On this image, I want you to show me where you would like to sit on this Turkish Airlines flight. Where would you sit? Tough. It's not easy.
I already know what he's gonna say.
I know where I'm sitting.
You know?
I think you're gonna say.
You can answer first. Go ahead.
I think you're gonna say.
We'll see.
Okay, you pick first, and then I'll
give
say.
me 1 minute.
Okay.
In the meantime, Denz, do you want to pick a slot?
You go.
Do you want me to go? I would sit on the right side of row 2, between Zidane and Ronaldinho.
Pelé and Maradona.
Pelé and Maradona.
Pelé and Maradona.
It's a good choice.
I wouldn't pick that, to be honest. I would say you would sit next to Xavi and Puyol, but you guys probably
every day,
I
a lot,
sit next to them
every
every
day.
day with them.
Yeah.
No, for that I choose the Pelé and Maradona. Not bad, eh?
Not
Messi
bad.
and Neymar. I was with them.
I would
No,
sit.
Jordan and Bolt.
Yeah, you gotta sit next to MJ.
No.
You gotta take some of the aura from MJ, man.
Denz, who are you sitting next
It's hard,
to?
man.
very
It's hard. Oh, I would have said Messi because it might be
Gasol,
quiet.
Alcaraz.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
No, but very good playing, eh?
yeah, it's a very good thing. So if that's possible, let's do that one. I would love to do that flight right here. I think as we wrap up the podcast, we really thank you for your time. What we do here with all our guests, we give them a quick fire approach. We ask them quick questions. Don't think too much, just fire along. Let's have some fun. First question, who was the toughest opponent you ever played against?
Kedira.
It's a great choice. What made him so difficult? Sorry, I have to ask because...
No, because I played many
Yeah.
times with
Yeah.
we fight between us.
Okay, next question. In your opinion, who is the most underrated football player ever?
No, I say Laudro, my idol.
Yeah.
Who are the top 5 football players of all time?
Diría Messi, Xavi, Silva, Pirlo, and
Yourself.
Lautaro.
Laudrup. Okay, I like it. I want to ask you, because we've been speaking about him a lot, and you were there every day with him. What made Messi so great? What was it about him that made him so special?
No, he has a special talent. He has a special talent. He did everything. For me, is the most complete player I saw. He did a goal. He did assistance. And he did assist, and he did everything. And he is still playing.
Yeah, he's still playing.
He did it short hair. He did it with long hair. He did it playing right. He did it with
his team, his national team.
Yes.
He did everything.
Yeah.
We're talking about playing now. I don't know if any of you want to ask him that question.
I mean, I know you finished, and you said earlier on, like, you're happy with the way you ended your career. Would you ever consider coming out of retirement, maybe playing for Inter Miami or wherever?
Joining the boys of Inter Miami go.
No, I never thought to go in to other country to play. I want to play only in Barcelona, and after that I think to play away to Europe, and I didn't want to play with other team in Europe.
I gotta steal the spotlight from B, because this is your thing, my guy. No doubt about it.
Go for it. No, go for it.
But I love this might be one of the favorite things about the Flight Club powered by Turkish Airlines. We need you to help us get one guest on the show. You need to recommend that, guys. You need to go get him on the show. But the trick is you need to help us get him on the Flight Club podcast. Who do you think that should be?
I can say many persons, but Ivan Rakitic.
Ivan Rakitic. Let's do
I like
that.
it.
I like that.
I like it.
But remember, George said you have to help us get him on the podcast, yeah? Bravo. Guys, listen, the Flight Club, we really appreciate everyone watching back home. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We have been very blessed enough to be joined by one of the greatest football players of all time. The person who broke my heart many times, broke you guys' heart many times.
Man, I still haven't forgiven him about Rome.
Yeah, but honestly, we thank you so much for your time. We know you're a very busy man. God bless you and everything.
Let's steal some aura.
Let's take some aura. Until next time, guys. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, brother.
Thank you
so much.